I guess everyone seems more heroic and more sort of cinematic hero and villain, and Otacon's more down to earth.
Mm-hmm.
He's on the ground. He's literally down to earth. He's more human introduction. You have, I guess in a way he is us. We are looking at everything that happens through him. He has his own story as well in the game, but it's very much we are looking at everything that happens, the events that happen through his eyes, even though we are following Snake's mission, Solid Snake's mission.
Yeah, because we kind of forget that out of everybody, he's really the most human person out of everyone.
Yes.
In this game, we've already been introduced to Meryl, who's she's a soldier.
Yeah.
She's not really she's not going to be scared. I mean, she may be scared, but she has the training.
Yes.
Hal is just a guy works in a lab.
Yes.
It's he has no training.
No.
Against a cyborg ninja.
No.
And yeah, I mean, rightfully so, he should be scared.
Yeah.
Because at that time, he doesn't see us, the player.
No.
He's being basically lured down by this faceless, nameless person.
And you can't see him at first. It's almost maybe it's not a good comparison, but almost introduced to Freddy Krueger.
Horror.
Something out of nowhere that can't be explained. That is
a thing out of literal nightmares.
Yeah, and violent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's true. He's not. We at this point have seen Snake, as a soldier, and we know everyone else has a military experience, but through Hal's eyes, it's fresh and new, so it's different.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because when I first going on, when I first played this game is technically the third game of the whole Metal Gear saga.
Yes.
But I'd never played Metal Gear 1 and Metal Gear 2.
Yes.
But this is my first introduction was Metal Gear Solid.
Yes.
So we're seeing Solid Snake, the character, who's already a proven veteran.
Yes.
He's pretty much seen it all, done it all, and not phased. He'll get to action first, and then get his answers to his questions later.
Is it? I don't think it's said. But how old do you think Solid Snake is in this time in that game?
From when I first played this game, I think I was trying to remember. I think his age is I want to say in his 30s.
Okay, physically.
Physically,
yeah,
probably he's still in peak shape.
Yeah,
because I think he was just he's retired for I think the second time.
Okay,
but he was still he was in Alaska and he was working with Alaskan dogs
because
out in the wilderness.
Yeah, because mostly everyone sees him or refers to him as an old man.
Yeah.
Or just maybe it's a playful thing, but it was
probably because being he's been through so much.
Yes. Obviously.
It's yeah. They're he's the old guy.
Yeah.
But not really. I think he was in his 30s.
Okay.
When we see him, but being in your 30s and fighting Metal Gears and putting your body through all this what he's been through, it's probably that's your body's probably aged.
Yeah.
Not more so than what happened to him in 4, where the aging goes rapid.
Yes.
But yeah, in the first game, he's still peak physical shape.
Okay.
It's hence the endurance. When we got to this point where it's we've battled man and machine.
Yeah, that's true.
Which is probably the lead up to yes, you fought man, you fought machine. Now at the end, fight a man in a machine.
That's true. Yeah.
But yeah, like once you kind of like get it, once the game tells you you gotta fight him hand to hand, and then was to disable him from like constantly teleporting around and actually jumping on top of you, use your chaff grenades to kind of like suspend him.
Yeah.
And then like start like barraging him with your fist and feet.
Yeah.
But yeah, like once like pretty much he's out of the picture, the fight is technically over, but for him it's not, and he just like again goes like ballistic and just like goes nuts and ends up like banging his head on the floor.
Yeah.
And then from the dialogue between him and Solid Snake gets the idea of like who is behind the mask.
Yes.
And it was Gray Fox. And then from what I'm playing, I'm going like, who's Gray Fox?
Yes.
I was like, I have no idea who this character is. But in the lore and in that universe, it was basically the person you fought in Metal Gear 2.
Yes.
And who's thought to believe to be dead. Which seems to be kind of like the theme for the whole series. You believe this person to be dead, only to come back as some either like back to like as the form you remember, or in this like form that's been like either altered or that's been I want to say like not designated but like created.
Yes.
So for Gray Fox, it was like, yes, you are a man. Now you've been turned into a machine.
Yes.
By which turned by a machine by a character that's been like also has its own kind of like shadowy history of like trying to figure out who is or was the person that made Gray Fox.
Yeah.
But that's, let's say, like totally different stories, totally different like for another time. But yeah, once you get him, and it's like Hal finally is like relieved, like whew, it's like this man saved me, yay! Yes. But meanwhile, you're like, all right, give me what I need to know right now. How do I need to stop these terrorists?
Yeah.
And then he's like, what are you talking about? Like, I have no idea what you're talking about. He's like, I'm an innocent man.
It was, yeah. It was kind of like you had this moment, where you save Hal, and then Snake goes into like interrogation mode.
Yeah, I mean, it was not like to the level of Jack Bauer where he's just like slamming his like hand on the table, like, "Damn it, tell me what I need to know."
But like, yeah, it is like an immediate, abrupt change,
like a switch.
Tone, yeah.
It's like you were this man's savior, and now possibly yours enemy too as well.
Yeah.
But he pretty much like gives up everything. Like he's like obviously is like, all right, no one's protecting me. The people who probably I was working with, or the people who hired me, are like now they're dead. I'm stuck in Alaska, and this man is my only way out.
Yeah.
So he's like, I'm gonna be, and he probably thought like, all right, if I turned over state's evidence, maybe I'll cut a deal.
Yeah.
Because obviously, we're basically Solid Snake is representing the U.S. government. He is the one-man army sent in there from Washington to stop the terrorist.
Yeah, well, if, I'm not going to have a job anymore, and someone's here basically to take down what they see as wrong, and the person just saved me, the least I can do is help them. Any way that I can, because my job is not a guarantee anymore.
Yeah.
It's probably not looking good, so might as well help this guy.
And if I was him, I would just start taking all the stuff that was at the office. That's like, all right, I don't have a job anymore. I'm taking all the expensive shit and packing it up and bringing it with me.
Yeah.
But you know what? I don't know if it's ever been stated or it was known. Did he change his pants? I'm kind of hoping he did. I wouldn't think he's going to walk around with pea-stained pants.
You're going to smell the whole time. I know.
Yeah, because then the new thing will be like, what's that smell?
Maybe it's a 24 thing. Anytime you're not unfocused on the character.
Oh, yeah.
He went to the bathroom where he changed. Maybe.
which is just another cop out.
But then that goes into the question: how with the events of the game, like how long do you think? How do all these events occur in a day? Like a number of days?
Well, there was a deadline,
Yeah.
which I'm blanking on now. I think it was like there is a deadline for the terrorists like wanting multiple things. I think they wanted money.
That's correct.
They wanted the body of Big Boss.
Yes.
And they gave Washington a deadline. So I think it's supposed to take like within a span of a day.
Okay, so it's a day and he's cooking peas. Not going to smell good.
No.
You'd have to assume he changed at one point when.
I assumed he did.
Yeah.
I assumed he did. But he also like kept like the best stuff for him.
Yes.
Which I thought was bullshit. It's like this guy literally. I mean, he's got no combat experience, no weaponry experience, but he's got his own camouflage, like the ninja that scared him, and
protect himself.
he should have been like, hey, I got, should I keep it for myself? Because I think he was told, all right, stay here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna come back and get you.
He was told, stay right there.
Which he doesn't.
Nope.
He ends up like, I'm gonna go on my own mission, which I wish there had been like, we have like for this game, like you have VR missions.
Yes.
And they even had the separate Metal Gear Solid VR missions, which you play the ninja.
Yes.
It would have been fun, like, give us the HAL missions. What was that about? He needs to sneak to the bathroom to go change. He needs to sneak to go feed Sniper Wolf's, basically her wolves. Her wolf dogs.
Yeah. Because I was rewatching the game, looking at it, there's not a level or a moment where you're, because I think there is, maybe this is somewhere near the end, where Solid is captured.
Yeah, there is. That's near the end, yeah.
And do you play as Hal?
No.
In that moment? No.
That wouldn't make sense, though. Like,
Yeah.
alright, the Solid Snake is captured, and because Hal does show up
Yes.
when you're in the room, basically waiting in between torture sessions.
Okay.
Hal does come, and he gives you a bottle of ketchup. And I was like, if, I don't know, bottle of ketchup, like, you got the camouflage, you could, like, give me a weapon.
Yeah.
Give me a card to get out, the key card. Or, like, something like, whatever could be remotely useful for that situation.
Yeah.
But yeah, like once you part ways and Hal is technically supposed to like stay there, it's like now we're gonna hit like we're gonna go like we gotta find Meryl, we gotta like link up with her because we have to go to the commander's room.
Yes.
And then like once we get to that area, it's like there's this weird vibe going on, right? There's this music playing that we've never heard before, and it's like hold up, something's kind of off about this place. It's like I like we don't know yet, but looking back onto it, it's like all right, the game is giving you like subtle hints. Mm-hmm. It's like you go into this area, you hear like this weird music. You go like before you go to Hal, you actually do hear like people fighting and guards getting attacked.
Yeah.
So yeah, you are. It's kind of like is warning you like all right, prepare yourself to enter into like this new area that you have not gone before, and to meet a person you have not met before. But for this case, like we actually have met before. The two characters that we go back to back on. We met Gray Fox briefly when he literally takes the hand of the man trying to kill you.
Yes.
And then we do meet Psycho Mantis before, where he comes out of nowhere, floating in like some kind of astral projection.
Yes.
Kind of like, because I don't think he actually was physically there. It was just like he's there and he's kind of like overseeing. Like it was kind of a weird, trippy thing.
Oh, okay.
And it was like you get an introduction to that character in that way. But like we meet up with Meryl, and then you meet up with Meryl in a very like you can meet up in like several ways. I think it's like you can actually attempt to find her, or you can go to the bathroom and wait.
Yes.
Yeah. And I thought, like, if you could just contact her, like, why don't you just, like, hey, we'll meet up in